Natal Deputy Provincial Police Commissioner Major General Phumelele Makoba is leading a women's-only operation today. It's called Operation Basadi. It's descended on crime-riddled areas in eThekwini district and involves women from all law enforcement agencies. Senior reporter Dasen Thathiah is joining us now. He's been on the ground following this Operation Basadi that started today in KwaZulu-Natal. Earlier, Dasen, good afternoon. Earlier, you were out and about in Umlazi, or one of the entry points in Umlazi, one of the major routes. It looks like you are still there. What's been happening so far? Does it look like it's a successful Operation Basadi? Hello, Dasen, can you hear me? Hi, Dasen, are you there? Sorry about that. It looks like Dasen Thathiah cannot hear me at all, but you can see him there on your screens. He's live on the ground in Umlazi. We'll try and reconnect with him shortly. Meanwhile, let's bring you this story. Trade Union Federation COSATU has joined the strike by the South African Municipal Workers Union, marching with the municipal workers in Tshwane, the capital city, today. The strike action in the capital has been going on for 3 weeks now. It's over wage increase and the reinstatement of all dismissed workers with immediate effect. A court has ruled that it's an unprotected strike, and the city says there's no money to pay any increases. eNCA reporter Bafedile Muerane spoke to some disgruntled trade union members.
City of Tshwane. City of Tshwane, e re kolota 3.5%. E re kolota 5.4%. So from 2021, there's an increase. So hora rona re tshwanele le masipala emeng. So re nyaka tšhelete eo. And brinki a sa re fe tšhelete ya rena. A hona ko re yang mereko ngona a re yi until a re fa tšhelete ya rena. Ha e fetsa o clock kona mo le hore re tseya di property tsa rena re ya mmerekong. E fela mo. Thank you sis.
Rona re nyaka tšhelete khale re bereka masipala di pay slip tsa rona a di khupori re berekela fela for mahala so re lapile
masipala wa re wa le dismiss ha le sa it's about 100
mara ha ife yona ha ife hana malebogo.
Okay, let's take you back now to Durban in KwaZulu-Natal, where, as we told you a short while ago, Dasen Thathiah is on the ground in Umlazi. You've been covering, Dasen Thathiah, the Operation Basadi that's been underway there with the KwaZulu-Natal Deputy Provincial Police Commissioner, Major General Phumelele Makoba, leading it. And I think you are still in Umlazi like you were an hour or so ago. How's the operation been going so far?
Raden, I lost some of that question, but I can tell you that we are still here. This is where this operation has been going on for probably more than an hour now. There is lots of activity. You'll see around me that police officers that are here continue to pull off vehicles that are traveling into Umlazi through this main highway. They are checking for various things. Apart from the SAPS, you'll know that the Metro Police are also here. They're supported by various other agencies as well to try to get this work done. But the key thing here is that this work has females at the center of it. That was the point of this operation. Operation Basadi is meant to show that the females in the law enforcement space are able to do this kind of work, not necessarily with their male counterparts, but on their own. So they are able to run operations like this one, which, mind you, is happening in other parts of eThekwini as well. Umlazi is just one of them, and the intention is then to look for illegal items that may be carried in these vehicles, also to check if the vehicles themselves are roadworthy. They are looking at issues of drunken driving, for example. But just to get an update on exactly how far these operations are, I will now bring in Major General Francis Lambert. Sorry to take you away from your work here. Let's firstly just talk about what we know thus far about what's been achieved since the operation started this afternoon, not just here in Umlazi, but across eThekwini.
Okay, thank you, E-News, and good afternoon to all the viewers. Yes, this operation is an Operation Basadi. It is held on a yearly basis during Women's Month, led by women in law enforcement. And today we have been here in Umlazi in different sections, and so far we have managed to search over 300 cars, and we've done some A and B class arrest. And as women, during Women's Month, we're focusing mostly on crimes against women and children. And as we can see, also we're having the high density operations on a weekly basis, and therefore you can see our crime stats. Crimes against women have decreased, and also our murders we're focusing on, and basically we have achieved quite a bit. Road traffic acts, we've arrested people also, and as you can see, it's a multidisciplinary operation led by women.
General, you are also the Provincial Women's Network champion. I said I'm going to try and get that right. So I want to ask you this, especially where we are now in 2023. How much further do we have to go? I mean, we are celebrating an event like this, which is being led by women, but again, we're doing it for Women's Month. Shouldn't this be normalized by this point?
You know, I can tell you for KwaZulu-Natal as a Women's Network champion, we are fortunate that we have a provincial commissioner, Lieutenant General Mkonazi, that is very sensitive to women's issues. And I can tell you, in the police itself, for the first time in history, we have 6 female generals in our province. So we're taking women's issues very, very serious. Our provincial commissioner is supporting the structure itself, and we're supporting our women. This structure is there to support our members that are going through a lot. And I can say in KwaZulu-Natal, we have done very well in terms of the upliftment of the different women in our province.
And just lastly, when we see these types of operations taking place, you know, we're looking at it at the face of it, and yes, it's being celebrated because women are leading this operation, but maybe talk to me about the work that's gone into it, because it can't just be for PR, so to speak. There has to be proper information that you're following. What are you hoping to achieve by the end of today in terms of, for example, suspects that you're looking for, firearms that you're trying to locate?
In terms of, look, we all our project, our operations is crime intelligence led, and also remember, without the community, we are nothing. We're working with the community. The community is giving us information. Crime intelligence is giving us information, and I can tell you that a lot of work has gone into planning of this operation. We're talking about this almost more than 400 members throughout KwaZulu-Natal, women that have come here today to make a difference. And by the end of the evening, we're going to assess and look at how many crimes have been reported during this operation. So I can tell you we're here to make a difference, and we want to say to the community out there is that we need you to work with us to make sure that we squeeze the space of criminals to zero in our country and in Umlazi today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, General. I appreciate it. Well, Braden, this is what's happening here at this particular roadblock. They will continue to work in this area, hoping to make some of those arrests. Remember, firearms, for example, still remains a massive problem in this township. You know that the murder rate is quite high. The crime stats are still reflecting that. So beyond just this and searching these vehicles here, there are also other teams that are actively going into certain areas at the moment and trying to locate some of those suspects that are wanted for various crimes as well.
Thank you very much, Dasen Thathiah. They're on the ground on one of the main routes into Umlazi, eThekwini, in that all-female-led law enforcement roadblock under Operation Basadi.